This
Okay.
conference will
So,
now be recorded.
so today morning we are discussing about creating a file.
Redirect. Yeah.
Yeah, by different ways. In one of the ways by using redirectional operator. Correct.
Operators.
So
Yes.
now here, yeah. So now here, the redirectional operator greater than is going to tell you I'm going to write something. Writing something will nothing but the greater than. Reading
Okay.
something nothing but the less than. Just
Okay.
remember less than to read, greater than to write. That's it. So now
Okay.
here we are going to use cat command with the help of the redirectional operator. Usually the cat command purpose is to read a content of a file. The
Okay.
main purpose of the cat command. But here we are trying to use the redirectional operator with the cat so that we are trying to create a file. So this is a combo. Combo is nothing but the command, the cat with the redirectional operator. So now here I'm going to use a file, suppose hello.txt. So now what is the advantage here when compared with the touch is for to create an empty file. Cat with redirectional to we can enter some data also. So right, so now when the moment I hit the enter, so now cursor will be waits here. So let me minimize this. Right, you can see here the cursor is waiting for the input. So now we can pass some input here. So hello, this is my sample file, some content. Enter. Control plus D. Command will be control plus D, so that the cursor will come out. Once the data entry is done, press control plus D. So now, right, so now the confirmation whether the file is created or not, how we are going to confirm with the help of the command called ls list. So now here you can see there is a file called hello.txt. So now let me try to read the content of a file. So to read the content of the file, cat is the command, cat hello.txt. Now you can see
Okay.
whatever the data I have entered, right, that data can be seen here. Again I am trying to repeat the command, the same command I am going to repeat. So to repeat the command, simply you can use up arrow or down arrows in our
Okay.
laptop or desktop. Okay, so that the command will be repeated. So now here I'm going to repeat the same command, cat greater than hello.txt. So now hit enter. So now again the cursor is going to wait. So now here I'm going to change, this is first line. So now here what is going to happen? So now control plus D, it will come out. Now try to read the content, cat hello.txt. Right, so now what's happening here is whatever the data is
Overriding.
there, yeah, exactly, it's going to override. Right, so now here remember whenever the greater than symbol we are going to use, so what the greater than symbol will do, it will search for the file, whatever the file you are going to pass it here, it will search for the file whether the file is present or not. If the file is present, then simply is going to override the content of the file. If the file is not present, it's going to create a file along with the data. That's what the greater than symbol is going to do. So now here my purpose is, my requirement is I want to append the content, not to the override. I want to append the content. So now here again the same redirectional operator can be used to override or append the data. For the both we can use. So right, so now here we know greater than is for to override. If you want to append, simply use two greater than symbols.
Okay.
So now whenever, okay, so whenever you people are seeing, like when you guys are observing anything like cat greater than symbol, nothing but it will create a file or it is going to override the file. Whenever you are seeing two greater than means is trying to append the data to the file. So now here I am trying to run the command again. Now here I am trying to give one more greater than symbol so that I want to add some data. Now this is second line. Enter, control plus D. Now try to read the file cat hello.txt. Now we can
Yeah.
see two lines are added like that. If you want to overwrite or if you want to create greater than, if you want to append two greater than, right?
Okay.
So now this is the second way of creating a file with the help of redirectional operators. Right, one
Yeah.
is touch and the second one is there. Now the third way. Right, so now here usually what we are going to do, right, so now here sometimes, not the sometimes, many of the times we need to modify the content of the file. The modify means I want to copy few of the lines to from there to here, or I want to delete the lines, I want to add few more lines like that. So now when you want to update or delete, those operations we cannot perform with the either touch command or with the redirectional. With the redirectional, we can add the data, not like to modify the data. You cannot modify that. Suppose if I want to modify here, so I want to change this is not this was. No, you cannot do that. With the rather than you cannot do this was like that. You cannot modify. Simply what you can do, you can add the data. You can append the data to the existing content. That's what you can do. But the whatever the data is already there in the file, that data we cannot touch with the redirectional. So there we are going to use the editors like the notepad. In our Windows, we are having the notepads to maintain the text data. Likewise, here also we are having the editors. So now here the editor we are going to call as VI editor. Default we are going to get the VI editor. So now with the help of the editor, whatever the file you are going to have, the file can be opened, and the file, whatever the data we are going to have in the file, the data can be modified whatever you want, or as part of the requirement. So now here I want to modify this file hello.txt. Then in the data I want to change is to was, suppose. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm trying to open the file with the editor. The editor is VI. So now VI hello.txt. So now here it is a, in our Linux the commands or the data whatever the files we are going to refer, those are nothing but auto filling. So now here shortcuts. So now here I'm going to enter H. Now I'm trying to enter the tab. Try to hit the tab command, tab key, not the command, tab key, so that automatically the next data will be auto filled. After the H, whatever the file name is there, it is going to fill automatically. We don't require to give the entire data. Like it's a kind of shortcut. So now here hello.txt open. Now we can see here there are two lines are there in the file. Now to move your cursor to upwards or downwards or towards the left or towards the right, simply we can use our arrow keys, up and down, left and right. So by using arrow keys, we can move our cursor. So now here go to the position wherever you want to modify. Suppose I want to modify the is as was. So there now here there are some options we have to use to work with the VI editor. Some options. Now here by default the editor will be in the escape mode. So when the editor is in the escape mode, we cannot enter anything on the file. So suppose I am trying to hit, I'm pressing my keyboard, but there the data is not entering because that is in the locked mode, nothing but the escape mode. When the file is in the escape mode, you cannot do anything with the content. So now whenever you want to modify the data, nothing but adding a line or updating a line or deleting a line, something, there we have to switch the escape mode to insert mode. Okay, now it is in the escape mode. So now I'm trying to switch from the escape mode to insert mode. So now here, so now when I want to switch the mode from escape to insert, simply press I key on your keyboard, I key. So now here I'm trying to press the key I. So now here on the bottom left we can observe the mode as insert. So that it is going to tell you right now we can go ahead and modify the data whatever you want. So now here I'm going to go to the is position. Then I'm trying to enter the data. Now it is going to allow me to enter the data. Delete. Same. I'm going to use the key up arrow, down arrows. Was like that. So now whatever the data I want to modify, I modified it. Now I am in the insert mode so that I can modify the data. Now the requirement is done. As per the requirement, the changes are done. Now the thing is you have to save the content, like Control S in our notepad. Control S or open the file menu, click on S, save button, save option, sorry. So now here in this VI editor, if you want to save the content, the first step will be switch from the insert mode to escape mode. The first step will be switch from the insert mode to escape mode. So now right now I am in the insert mode. To switch to escape mode, simply press escape key on the keyboard. Escape key. So now here I am pressing the escape key. So now the insert is gone, nothing but it is switched to escape mode. So now on the keyboard press colon. Now we can see a colon came here. So then I want to save the data. Here the save we are going to call as a write. So now press the W key, W for the write, and exit, nothing but Q, quit. Right. Once the modification is done, then simply switch from the insert mode to escape mode by pressing the escape key. Then when you want to save the data, then the option will be colon write quit colon WQ. Now hit enter. Now the file is saved. Now try to read the content cat hello.txt. Now we can see the E is changed as a was. Right. So first time it will be some kind of confusion, but when you are working, like when you are trying with the creator, then it will be very easy and you can work very easily. So now again I am trying to modify data, nothing but I want to add some more content to the file. So now what I am going to do, I am going to repeat the command again, vi hello.txt. Right. So now here when you want to add the data, right, adding a third line, simply what we can do here is go to end of the line. Right. So now I switched from the escape mode to insert mode. Then I went to end of the line, then press enter so that the cursor will move to the third line. Now you can enter whatever you want, like that. So now I have entered 4 lines, nothing but I have added extra 2 lines to the existing content. Right. So now once the job is done, again switch to the escape mode, nothing but press the escape key, then colon write quit, enter cat hello.txt. Now we can see 4 lines are added. Right. Now again I'm trying to open the file with the editor vi. Now here, okay, fine, now I know modifying of the data, like go to the location wherever you want to modify, then modify whatever you want, right, or adding the data. Now the requirement is I want to copy these 2 lines from here to here. I want to copy paste, I want to do the copy paste. Right. So when you want to do copying a lines, now everything can be possible with the V editor. So now in the V editor, when you want to copy a lines, now place the cursor, the starting position, the starting record. Right. Suppose I want to copy the first two records. The first two records I want to copy. So means now your cursor should be start with the first record. Here place the cursor at any position. At any position, the thing is the cursor should be placed on the first record. That's it. So now from the first you want to copy the 2 records. Okay, we'll see this one later. Before going to the multiple records, we will go with the single record first, then we'll go with the multiple records. Now my requirement is I want to copy the third record and I want to paste it here. Now when you want to copy a record, now place the cursor whatever the record you want to copy. Then on the keyboard press the key Y twice. Y, yanking, we are going to call it a yanking. Right. So now here whatever the line you want to copy, place the cursor on the line. Everything should be done on the escape mode, no insert mode. Insert mode is going to use for to modify the data. Now when you want to do a copy paste kind of thing, it should be with the escape mode only. You should not switch to insert mode. So now I am in the escape mode only. Now I have placed my cursor at the third line. Then when I want to copy, I need to yank it. Yanking means press the y key twice. So now I am going to press the y twice, y. Now the line is copied into the buffer. So now where you want to paste, I want to paste after the fourth line. So after the fourth line means you have to place the cursor at the fourth line. Now the data will be pasted after that line wherever the cursor is placed. So now I am going to place my cursor here, means the next line the data will be pasted. So now when you want to paste the data, after the copying is done, when you want to paste the data, then press the key P for paste. Press the key on the keyboard P. Right. So now here I'm going to press the P. Now we can see the third line is pasted here. Right. So now here the commands are nothing but when you want to copy, the line on the keyboard, place the cursor on the record, whatever the record you want to copy or on the line, then press Y twice, paste the line. So once the copy is done, to paste the line, first place the cursor where you want to paste, then press P. So this is the process. So copying a lines, nothing but pressing the Y key twice. When you want to paste, simply press the P, place the cursor. So now here, copy multiple lines. Now to copy multiple lines, number, then followed by Y. So example, if I want to copy 4 lines, 4 Y. I want to copy 10 lines, 10 Y, like that. Just number you need to pass, then press the Y twice. Paste is as it is same, press the P. So now here my requirement is I want to copy these 3 lines and I want to paste it here after the copy. So now here 3 lines I want to copy, 1, 2, 3. Now the cursor has to be placed on the first line. So now here my cursor will be placed on the first line. I am in the insert mode. Switch to escape mode. First I switch it to escape mode. Then my cursor is placed on the first line. I want to copy from the first to third. 1, 2, 3. Right. So now the number is 3. Then followed by Y. Right. So now escape 3 Y. Then where you want to paste? I want to paste after the copy. Now here place the cursor. Place the cursor at the position and the line. Then press P. The 3 lines are copied. So likewise, we can copy the records from one position to another position by using Y. If it is a single record, Y. If the records are multiple, then use the number followed by Y, like this. Then copy part is done. Now I want to delete the records. I want to delete the records from the file. Now to delete the record, so now whatever the record you want to delete, suppose I want to delete this record third line. So now place the cursor on the line on the record, then press the key D twice. Press the key D twice. Everything should be on the escape mode. Now I am going to press D twice. D. Now the record is gone. To delete a single record, press the D twice, place the cursor and press the D twice. If you want to delete multiple record, same process. Number followed by DD. Right. So delete single record, place the cursor on the record and press D. Delete multiple records, place the cursor at starting position, then press number then followed by DD. Example, to delete 10 records, 10 DD, like that. So this is what we are going to use the shortcuts in our VI editor. Right. So now there are n number of options are there in the VI editor, but these are the options most of the day we are going to use: copying the data, deleting the data, modifying the data, updating the data, like that. So now here with the VI editor, we can do one more thing also. The one more thing is nothing but searching the content inside the file. We can do search also with the VI editor, right? So now here I want to find the keyword copy. I want to find the keyword copy, right? So now here or suppose I want to find the keyword cursor. Right. So now in the VA editor, if you want to find a word with the help of the VA editor, if you want to find a word, again, this is also should be done on the escape mode only, no insert mode. So right now I am in the insert mode. I am trying to switch to escape, press escape key. Now I switched it. Then backslash, then the word. What are the word you want to find? Cursor. So now we can observe here the cursor is at placed in the cursor, the word cursor. So now I want to see the next occurrence. Now this is the first occurrence of the file where the cursor word is placed. Now I want to see the next occurrence. Right here we have. So right. So now to see the next occurrence, press N. N for to next. Right. So now here you can see the cursor placed at the second occurrence. Now I want to see the third occurrence. If the third occurrence is there, yes, we have the third occurrence also. Again, press N. Now I can see the cursor moved at the third. Now press again N. You can see search hit bottom. Mean it reached to bottom. No more cursor word is there. Again, if I hit the N, then it will go to the top. N, 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 like that. Like that, the cursor will be moved to the occurrences. So likewise, we can find a word with the help of editor in a file by using backslash and the word. What are the word you are going to look for? Right. So there are many. Still, we have many options with the editor, but these are the most useful one which we are going to use our day-to-day life. I have shared the document also. I have prepared a document for the editor. What else is there apart from that? Whatever we have covered right now. Apart from these options, what else are there? Right.
Okay,
So if
Shankar.
I go to so if I go to here our DevOps material, so just I will show you the document so that you guys can practice. Okay. So where it is. So so the modes command inside escape mode and the modes explanation. Then these are the shortcuts. So now move the cursor up one line. Right. So now here I am using the arrow keys. Arrow keys I am using to move the cursor up, down, something like that. Right. So now here I can see my right. So now here if I use K, see my cursor is moving upwards with the help of K. K is the keyword and the key. Sorry, K is the key on the keyboard. Right. So
Shankar,
now there are
all 1 second. Shankar, all this will be in the escape mode, isn't it?
correct. Only
Okay.
the modification part is the insert mode. Rest of the things should be in escape mode.
Okay.
Okay. So right now here, if you observe here now, I am not in the insert mode. Just I am trying to move the cursor towards up. So now here K, I am pressing K instead of up arrow. So now my cursor is moving towards upward. It is in the escape mode only. Right. So here these are all the options we can use to move the cursor. Then this is the slide for controlling the commands. Screen up, screen down. Like we can have multiple screens, right? So off page, if you want to move the page wise, and these are the shortcuts. Now this is the editing modification. We have used I insert mode. We have some other modes, some other options are there. Insert text at end of the current line. If I use A, it is going to insert a text at the end of the line. See here. Now I am placing my cursor here. Here I have placed my cursor. So now I'm trying to press the A, capital A. If I press the capital A, the cursor will be moved to here and it will be switched to insert mode. Right now I'm in the escape mode. Now I'm trying to press caps A. Okay. Right. So caps A. Now here you can see it switched to insert mode and the cursor is moved to at the end. Like shortcuts. Now, right, remembering these options are somewhat difficult for us. That is the reason. Usually, we are going to use the arrows: up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow. right? But we have shortcuts. Now deleting the characters and copy paste of save and exit, search and replace also can be done. Not only search, you can do the replace also. So like these are the some many shortcuts are available with the Viator. Just keep it with you, this document, so that it will be helpful in our future. Okay, if you have the time now, please practice it. Right, Rajesh. So now here, yeah, any doubts, Rajesh?
No, Shankar.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So now here, let's switch to our topic. So now our topic is creating a file, right? So now the creating a file can be done in three ways. One is touch, second one is redirectional, and third one is VI. So
VA.
as of now, we have seen that, yeah, we have seen the existing file only. Now I want to see creating a file with the VA editor, right? So now here ls. So now here there is no file called va.txt here. va.txt file is not exist as of now in my current location. So now I'm going to create a file va.txt with the help of vi editor. So now here what I'm going to do, vi and va.txt file name. So that the vi editor, what the vi editor will do, if the file is not exist, it will create a new file for us. That's it.
Okay.
Enter. Now the editor will be opened. Now here you can enter the data whatever you want in the file, then save it. That's it. So now a file will be created with the content like that. Like that, with the help of the editor, also we can create the file. Right. So now again, I am trying to modify the file va.txt. So here I am trying to enter some data. Right. So some data I have entered. So now whatever the data I have entered now, that data I don't want to save it. I don't want to save it. So now here, if you don't want to save the data, go to the escape mode, colon. Now don't use the option of W. W is nothing but saving the data, right? So now I don't want to save it. Q. Quit. Quit, then exclamatory mark. Q exclamatory mark, so that the data will not be saved. Enter. Now try to open the file cat va.txt. Now see, whatever the data I have entered right now, that is not saved. Likewise also, we cannot, like, cannot, if you don't want to save the data, we can use Q exclamatory mark in the va editor, right? So now these are the three ways. With the help of the three ways, we can create the files. Now I want to copy the files, right? I want to copy a file from one location to another location, right? So now copying a files one location to another location, there the command will be cp, copy. Now the syntax will be copy source and destination. This is the syntax, right? So now here ls. Now here there are some certain files are there, and directories are there. So now here I want to copy this file cat.txt from here to devops repo. I want to copy into devops repo, right? So now here in our windows, right click copy and go to the folder, double click the folder and paste it. So now here commands. So now here copy. What is our source? My source is cat.txt.
TXT.
What is, sorry?
No, no, Shankar, no, I'm just repeating. Sorry.
Okay, fine. Okay. Right, so now cp, then cat.txt your source, then destination. What is your destination? DevOps repo. So now give the destination. That's it. Now copy your source and destination. Hit enter. So now try to see whether the file is copied or not. So now go to the DevOps repo, then give ls command. Right, we can see here the file is copied. Copy.txt. Right. So now here, likewise, we can copy the files. Right. So now here, if I want to copy multiple files, okay, right, when you want to copy multiple files, copy file one space file two, right? Suppose cp one, then two, these two files, one, two, then where you want to copy into DevOps repo. it's not going to take the space. So let me take comma. I don't think it won't work. Okay. So multiple files like this is not able to copy. Let's do the other way. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So now multiple files not able to copy with the comma space. We'll go with the other way, other mechanism. Right. So now here the file copying can be done something like that, nothing but copy source and destination. So now here I would like to copy multiple files, nothing but the .txt files. Whatever the text files are there here, I want to copy all the text files into Ansible repo. Okay, right. So here the wildcard characters can be used to handle this kind of requirements. So now the wildcard character is star. Right. So the star I'm going to use to handle the requirement. So now here copy. I don't bother about the name, whether it's a DevOps or the cat or the hello or the VI. I am going to bother about the extension .txt. So now here name can be anything. So star means it can be anything. Dot the extension should be always txt. So now here the .txt will be taken as it is. So prior to .txt, whatever the name is there, it will be picked by star. Any name is accepted here. Right. So now what is your destination? My destination is Ansible repo. Ansible repo. Right. So now go to cd Ansible repo. Oh shit, man. I am in the DevOps. I am in the DevOps repo. That is the reason it is not going to allow me. Right. So now let me come back. cd Ansible repo. Okay, nothing is there. Copy 1,2 DevOps repo. Okay, now anyway, it is not working fine. So now here my requirement is .txt files I want to copy. So now copy star.txt, then the location Ansible repo. Enter. Now go to the Ansible repo ls. Now we can observe here all the text files are copied. So likewise, we can use the wildcard characters when you want to handle multiple files like this kind of scenarios. Right. Right. So now here I want to copy all the files which are starts with the letter O, which are start with the letter O. Right. So now here copy O star. After O anything. Right. So likewise you can take it. Then here the observation. So whatever the content I am copying, all the folders and files are in the same location called root. So now, but usually you are not going to get the requirement to copy the files or folders in the same location, correct? You are going to ask to copy one location to another location, like C drive to D drive or D drive to E drive, like that, right? So now here, when you want to copy the data from one location to another location, there we are going to use paths. We are going to use the paths. So right, so now by using the path, we are going to tell the Linux to go to this location, go to the specific location, right? So now let's see. So like the locations, right? Now here, as of now, we are at the directory called root. I want to see other locations, right? So now if I go to our Windows C drive, there we can find users, Windows, program files, like that with the OS stuff. These folders are came with the OS stuff, right? So now here the same OS related content I want to see, nothing but my complete system folders structure I want to see, right? So now here if you want to see the complete system structure, then try to use cd backslash. This is the command, cd backslash, nothing but is going to switch to the system main root folder. Enter. So now pwd, you can see it switches from the root to backslash system main structure. Now if I give ls, there you can see the OS structure, right? Like here we can see users program file something, right? Likewise here you can observe also the user, where, opt, local, home, something like that. So these are the system structure, OS related structure. Now here my requirement is I have a file called devops.txt under the root directory. Now I want to copy into opt directory, right? So now here if you observe here, all these directors are under the backslash main folder, main structure, root, right? So now here if you observe now backslash root, it is going to tell means under the backslash the root is exist. Now here let's search for the root. Somewhere the root should be present here. It is under the backslash. That is the reason you can see backslash root. So now here I want to copy the data from the root, cat.devops.txt into opt, the two different locations, right? So now here when you want to copy a data from one location to another location, simply try to use paths, right? So now copy, where is your file? What is your file? devops.txt. Where the file is present? Under the root. Now I am going to use the path under the root main location. From that slash, then the file devops.txt. Right? Like this is the complete path. Like this. When I want to copy a file, suppose I have a D drive. Here I want to copy the console file into tagging or into the C drive. Now what I will do? Right click copy or control C. Then I will go to the location C drive. Then suppose this is the logs under admin I want to copy. So now what I will do? I will go to the location, right? So now here my location is C drive, under the C drive perf logs, right? So likewise this is the path, the complete path. Likewise we are going to use the path of here. Same thing. Under the root, this is the file devops.txt. Where you want to copy? Again the main structure backslash. Under that I want to copy into the opt. Enter. Now see, go to opt, then ls. You can see devops.txt file is copied, right? So here the path we are going to use when the moment you want to copy a file from one location to another location. So now here also we have absolute path, relative path. We are going to call two different paths actually, absolute path and relative path. So as of now go with the relative path, nothing but the complete path. So usually what they will do, we are going to use the shortcuts like this. Instead of giving the entire path, so we are going to give shortcuts and slash our subdirectories like that. So as of now, so don't go for the shortcuts, try to go with the path. Later on, once you are familiar with the path, then we can use the shortcuts very easily. It is not a big deal for us. Okay, right? So now here, when the moment when I want to copy a file from one location to another location, just we need to remember about the paths. If everything in the same location, then you don't require to use any paths. That is the reason here earlier I am using the files and folders on the root. So that is the reason I did not use any kind of paths. Now when the moment I want to copy to some other location, there I am trying to use the paths like this. Like that we are going to use, right? So this is right. So now here this is something like copying a files from one location to another location. The other location can be a folder, or the other location can be some other location, in other words some other folder directory, right? So now here I want to copy content of one directory to another directory, right? So now here my requirement is I want to copy, suppose let git repo or ansible repo. I want to copy the ansible repo into git repo, right? So now let's see. So copy ansible repo to where? Git repo. my source and my destination. Enter. Now here omitting the directory, the copy, the directory is omitting. Now let's see, go to the git repo, ls, nothing is copied from the Ansible repo directory, cd Ansible repo ls, so something is here, right? So now here, since it is a directory, it is not able to consider it, omitting the directory, because we are trying to copy the directory here, right? So now here the concept here is, when you want to copying the files, by that time you simply can use copy source and destination. But when you want to copy the directory to directory, then we have to use one more option with the copy command. So right, so when you are going to deal with the directories copy, then the option will be recursively -r. -r is the command, sorry, option to copy the data of a folder, right? Of a folder. Now the folder can have child folders, right? So now in the Ansible repo, I can have multiple directories also, subdirectories, subfolders. Right? Everything has to be copied. Everything has to be copied of the parent directory. Right? The subfolders, files, whatever I am having in the directory, the entire content should be copied. Right? There we are going to use the option -r. Blindly remember, when you are trying to deal with the directories, the directory data when you want to copy, then simply you have to use -r. That's it. So now here, Ansible repo, I am in the Ansible repo. So come back, copy Ansible repo. Right, before copying, I have to use recursive option -r, Ansible repo. Then where you want to copy, I want to copy into git repo. Now go to the git repo and see whether the content is copied or not. See, the Ansible complete directory is copied. So now go to the Ansible repo ls. Now we can see all the content. Right. So likewise, -r can be used to copy the data of your folders. When you are going to deal with the directories, -r we have to use. Right. So now this is the copy stuff, copying your files or copying your directories from one location to another location. So now here the same I want to do, but not the copy, cut and paste. I want to do cut and paste. So when you want to do cut and paste in our answer, in our Linux, move is the command. It will move the file from one location to another location. Copy is not going to move. It is not going to cut the file. Simply it is going to copy the data from one location to another location. The file will be in the source as well as the file will be on the destination. Right? But when it comes to cut and paste, the file will not be present on the source. It will be present on the destination. Right? So here the cut and paste can be done with the move command. Same. So nothing, no difference. The syntax part is nothing but move, source and destination, like copy. Right. So here I want to move the vi.txt file from here to git merge. So move vi.txt source, and what is the destination? Git merge. Now here if I give ls, it will be gone in the current location. vi.txt no more present, no more exist. Now where can I find? I can find in the destination, git merge. So now go to git merge ls vi.txt. The while characters, whatever the copy command I have used, like the while character star -r for the directories, the same will be applied to the move. The same will be applied to the move, but the difference is cut and paste, copy and paste. That's it. Now with the move, we have one more advantage with the move command. The advantage is nothing but we can rename a file. We can rename a file with the help of move. Right. So now here ls. So now here you can see, suppose this cat.txt file, I want to rename it as tag.txt or dog.txt. I want to rename as a dog.txt. Right. So now here move. What is the source? Cat.txt. Then what you want to rename? I want to rename as dog.txt. Enter ls. Now you can see here no more cat.txt. You can see the dog.txt. right? So now here the move command can be used to move the content from one location to another location, or you can rename the file also. Two things can be done with the move command. Okay, right? So now here we can, now we have seen how to create the files by using different ways. Then once the files are created, how to copy the file from one location to another location with the help of copy command. And we can move the data from one location to another location, that can be nothing but the move command. With the move, not only moving the data, we can rename the file with the help of the move, that is also we are covered. So now deletion part. I don't want to maintain the files, I want to delete it, right? So when you want to delete the files, then the command will be rm remove, right? So now here, what is the file you want to delete? I want to delete the file 1, rm the file name, confirmation, yes, ls, the one is gone. You want to delete multiple files, to space, like give a space and enter, yes, 3, yes, done. 2 and 3 are gone, right? So with the help of the rm command, we can remove the files, right? So now here rm, if you want to delete all the text files, start.txt, the same can be applied with the rm command also, enter, right? It's going to ask you the permissions, yes, 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 done. All the txt files are deleted, likewise. So now rm command is the one which we are going to use for the deletion of files. So now this is about the file parts. Now the directory part, right? As of now you have seen how to create the files, how to copy the files, how to move the files, how to delete the files. So now here I'm going to see how to create a directory, right? How to delete the directories, how to maintain the directories, right? So now here, to create a directory, mkdir is the command, make directory, right? So now make directory, then followed by directory name. So now here I am going to create a directory called sample. Now give ls. You can see here the sample directory is created. How we are going to confirm whether it is a directory or not? ls -l, the option long list. So wherever the sample is there, see here d directory, right? So now here inside the once the directory is created, nothing but the folder, right? I want to place some content inside the directory, or I want to create a file inside the directory, right? So now if you want to create a files, or you want to place a content inside the directory, what I can do, or what we can do here is the copy command. The copy command purpose is to place the content, right? So now here I want to copy the file application log into my sample directory. So what I can do here is simply copy application log, then my destination is sample. Now the content is placed with the help of copy command. Now I want to go into the directory and see whether the file is copied or not. Now switching into the directory, right? So now directory is created, I want to go inside the directory, switch inside the directory. There the command will be cd, change directory. Change directory is the command to switch into the directory, right? So right now I am in the location called root, present working directory. Now inside the root I have a child directory called sample, one of the child, there are many are there. Now inside the root I have a sample, I want to switch into the sample directory. So there I am going to use cd change directory, then the directory name sample, enter. Now here you can observe the tilde symbol is replaced with the directory name, so that you can confirm you are in the sample directory. This is one way of to confirmation. So where you are in, which directory you are in, by seeing here you can confirm you are in the sample. Now the traditional method, nothing but the command pwd, it is going to tell you where exactly you are in, right? So now I am in the root, inside the root I am in the sample. Now give ls, application log is there because with the help of the copy command just now I copied it, the file, with the help of the copy command. Now I want to create a new files inside my directory called sample, right? Touch sample.txt, right? Now inside my sample directory I have created a file called sample.txt. I am in the sample, right? So likewise, we can create the directories and we can switch into the directories, right? So now here I am inside the sample. Now I want to go back. I want to go back to my root directory. Once here, one step back, right? Right now we are in the sample. I want to go back one step, nothing but I want to go to the root. So now to go back, cd dot dot one step back, enter. Now present directory, working directory, pwd. Now you can see one step back, it went to one step back, nothing but the root. Likewise, cd dot dot command can be used to go one step back wherever you are in. You are in the 10 steps, 10 layers. You want to go one layer back, cd dot dot, one more layer, cd dot dot, like that, right? So now here cd dot dot command is used to go one step back, right? So now here my requirement is I want to have a parent directory called git. Inside the parent directory I want to have jenkins. Inside the jenkins I want to have nexus. This is my requirement, right? So now here I want to have a git directory. Inside the git I want to have a directory called jenkins. Inside that I want to have a nexus. So now here the command we know to create a directory is mkdir, right? So mkdir command I'm going to use to create the parent directory called git, because git is the parent here. So mkdir git, enter. Now ls, we can see the git is created. Now inside the git I want to have a jenkins, right? So the first thing will be create a directory. Now the next step will be switch into the directory. Now cd git, now enter. Now pwd. Now we can see I am in the root. Inside the root I went to the git. Now my requirement is git. Inside the git I want to have a jenkins, right? I went to the git. Now mkdir jenkins, enter. Now ls, we can see a jenkins that is created. Inside the jenkins I want to have nexus, right? So now what I need to do, from the git to I want to switch to jenkins. Now to switch, cd jenkins, enter. Now pwd. Now root, inside the root git, inside the git jenkins, I want to jenkins. So now the next command is I want to have one more child directory called nexus. So now create the directory mkdir nexus, right? So now pwd ls, right? So now see here, right? To create the four layers are nothing but root, from the root to git to jenkins, jenkins to nexus. How many commands I have run two commands I have run, but repeatedly, mkdir cd, mkdir cd, mkdir cd, time waste process. If there is a 10 levels, I want to create the directory 1 inside the 1, 2, 2 inside the 2, 3, 3 inside the 4, like that. I want to create 10 layers, right? 10 times you need to run mkdir cd, mkdir cd, mkdir cd, right? A time taken process. So now the easiest ways, the shortcuts, right? So now the same exercise I'm going to repeat, right? I want to have git 1. Inside the git 1 I want to have jenkins 1. Inside the jenkins 1 I want to have nexus 1. Now this is my requirement. So now I don't want to go this fashion, I want to have a shortcut. So there we can use a option called -p, mkdir -p, path. You can mention the path. Now what is your path? Git 1. Inside the git 1 I want to have a jenkins 1. Inside the jenkins 1 I want to have a nexus 1. Forward the path. Now this is the structure I am looking for. So now your system will take care of the creation of structures. Now enter. Now ls git 1, cd git 1. Now go into the git 1 ls. I can see jenkins 1. Go to the ls. I can see nexus 1. Right? You don't require to run multiple times the mkdir and cds. This is one of the inter questions people will usually ask. I have a requirement of 10 levels. How you are going to create? Single shot mkdir -p. Right? So now this is the way of creating a directories and placing the content and creating a subdirectories. This is the process, right? So now here I don't want to maintain the directories, I want to delete it. right? So now to delete the directories, the command will be rmdir. Sorry, rmdir is the command, right? So let's see here ls. So now here I'm going to create one more directory called empty. Now there is a directory called empty. Now I want to delete the directories. rmdir is a command to delete the directories. Now what is the directory you want to delete? Empty. Suppose enter. Now see the empty directory is gone. No more empty directory. Now here I want to delete the git. rmdir git. It won't allow me. Why? Because fail to remove the git because the directory is not empty. Right now we need to make it the directory empty, then we can delete it. Otherwise it won't allow us to delete. Right, so now what I need to do, I need to go inside the directory, then delete the content. So now go inside the directory cd git. To go inside, switch cd git ls. Now here again, here I have one more folder. Now try to delete the folder rmdir jenkins. Again it is not going to allow me. Right, now let's go to the jenkins cd jenkins ls. Here I have one more directory called nexus rmdir nexus. Nexus is an empty directory. That is the reason it allowed me. Right. So now Jenkins is not having any miss. Jenkins is empty directory now. Jenkins is empty. Right. So now come back one step. cd dot dat ls. Now I can see Jenkins. Now the Jenkins is empty. Right. I can delete it. rmdir Jenkins. It is gone. Now the git is empty. Nothing is there inside the git. Now come back one step back. cd dot dat ls. Now rmdir git. Now that is gone. See how longest process this is, right? So if there are n number of files that are there, now we need to clean up the files, then delete the directory, subdirectory, then come back, then handle the childs, and then come back and one more child, come back, like that. Huge amount of time taken process, right? Now the shortcuts, the easiest way, right? Even though you have the content inside the directory, we can delete on fly with single shot. There rmdir command is not going to use. There again we are going to use the command rm. Again means the rm we are going to use for to delete the files. Now again the same rm command I am going to use to delete the directories also. Right. So now you don't require to go for the rmdir command to delete the directories. Simply you can go with the rm command. Right. So now when you want to deal with the directories, then right directories, the option should be -r recursively, because the directory will be having the content. The content has to be removed first. The content can be one file or 100 files or 1000 files. It has to take one by one recursively. Is a copy, is a move, or it's the rm. When you are going to deal with the directories, -r has to be used. That is the blind funda. So now -r I'm going to use. And sometimes what will happen now, it is not going, the files are being used by some other resource. By that time it is not going to allow you to delete the particular files, because some other resource utilizing the file. Even though the other resource are using the file, I want to delete forcefully. I don't care it. Right there, the other option we can use f, forcefully. If any file is being used by some other resource, kill it, delete forcefully. There -f, -r for the recursive, f for the forceful. Then what you want to delete? I want to delete the gate one. Enter. Gone. One step, easiest step, right? So rm-rf can be used for to delete the directories. Rm space file to use for to delete the files, right? So rmdir is not required for us. Simply we can handle with the rm command, right? So now this is how we can create the files. We can work with the files, nothing but renaming, copying, cut and paste, delete. And also we can create the directories. We can manage the directory, but adding the content inside the directories, creating a child directories, then deleting the directories, right? So these are the commands which we are going to use to handle the files and the directories. So clear, Rajesh? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
thank you.
one question here. So When we are making directory, we use mkdir minus p
Minus
for
p is for to
create a path, right?
correct, exactly.
Multiple,
Yes.
yeah.
Mul-
So
multiple.
can we also delete this folders with rmdir minus p, something like that?
Okay, so let's see the use case rmdir -p.
Yeah.
Then I want to delete the devops repo.
Oh, oh. Okay.
So rmdir will be work when only the directory is empty.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that is the reason always we'll go with the rm command only, rm -rm to
Okay.
delete the
Okay.
directories also.
Okay, Shankar. Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
okay, fine. So can we continue half an hour more or shall I stop it?
I think I need to go and do my,
Okay, fine. That's not an issue. That is the reason I asked you. Okay,
it is
so
also
then
late for you, right? So,
anyway, my intention is better to wind up as early as well because I cannot maintain the timings. I'm not able to maintain the timings actually. So anyway, fine.
okay.
No issues, Rajesh.
Yeah.
So
Tomorrow we can, I
we'll
think
go
tomorrow we
for
can continue. If you are little bit early, then that's
yeah.
not a problem for me. Like around 4 o'clock or
Yeah.
something,
So
like 9 o'clock or something like from your
uh,
time.
let's plan tomorrow because we'll be having ad hoc meetings actually. So we cannot give guarantee right now. So based on the
Okay.
tomorrow timing, we'll, okay. But tomorrow morning we are not going to plan it for. So
Not morning,
tomorrow
in the evening. Yeah.
not night only we'll plan it. Either it's a 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. We'll see. Okay, I will
Sure.
let you know, Rajesh.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, Shankar. Sure, Shankar. Yeah.
Okay, Rajesh. Then thank you. So I will
Thank
share
you.
the
Thank you.
link